Well, this could be interesting. Oh, hi, by the way. How are you doing, mein kindern spirits? I guess the title kind of says it. Quite an interesting video this. I got the new property. What a gold mine. Yeah, the property is actually right next to my property. Maybe you can even spot the cabin over there through the piles of crap. Dude, there is a lot of that laying around everywhere. But yeah, I think let's start off with a quick drone shot. I mean, let's go up to my airport. Now let's take off and then view this new property in well, from up there, somewhere up there. Let's see what this property has to offer. What type of insane projects can we do here? I'm betting there's a lot of them. Man, I'm so excited. No, not really, but I forgot what I was supposed to say. So let's go take off. Unspuns International. Only accepting domestic flights though. No, I don't need update. Piss off. We don't need updates in East Europe. Bye. Come back soon. Okay, well, give me one moment. I'm gonna try to get away from this stupid buzzing sound. Oh, that's up there. But anyway, so that's the property right there. Well, not the green building below that. Mostly where all the garbage is. So my property is right over there. There's the airport, I mean spaceport. My main house, tractor shed, bunch of boxes, stuff like that. And right next to me is the new plot. Dude, check out that Christmas tree. Wow. We gotta go check that in person later on. But dude, it looks really nice. Look at that. Really comfy and stuff. But I'm gonna go a bit higher. Maybe I can capture the entire property line into one frame, because you know, it's not really that big of a property. I think it was only, well, officially there is no data on this thing, but unofficially the size is 1.74 hectares. So I'm not really sure how many acres that is. Probably a bit more. But from this perspective, yeah, I think from here we can do, well, view the entire property. Its official borders are marked in red, roughly. These are handwritten, so some amounts of error is obvious. But roughly, this is the new play area that we could do a bunch of projects on. How exciting is that, guys? That's just insane. Now, guys, there are some issues with this property, obviously. So no person in their rightful mind would give away a property for free, you know. So we're gonna dive into those problems a bit later, but you know, one of those issues is right over there in the center of the frame, mostly to do with trash and well, tractor and car tires, mostly stuff like that. But you know, no matter what, I'm really happy that this was gifted to me, because of the close proximity to my place. I mean, the property line is basic. I mean, the line is basically right there where those canoes are. It's very close to my log cabin. But you know, I think let's go back to the airport now and take a bit of closer look at what this property has to offer. I'm very excited for that part. What? What do you mean area unsuitable for landing? Dude, this is an international airport. What are you talking about? Land. Very good. Man. Any landing you can walk away from is a good landing, right? Just like that. Let's go dive into the mess, see what's up. It appears that somebody had some fun here. It's like someone was testing out attachment. How exciting. I wonder what that is. But anyway, guys, let's just kind of go over what this place has to offer, and then let's check out the entire property, because it's not that big, so we can just kind of see around what's going on. And let's start off with the buildings first. There is totaled, yes, but total building count is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's like a mystery thing, which nobody could really clarify what's going on with that thing. But you know, from space we can clearly see that thing. That is like a giant concrete hole in the ground. Not really sure what that is for. It's just very confusing, because it was nowhere in the document, so it was never registered. There's really no information on it whatsoever, what it was used for, what it was built for. So it's just a complete mystery right now. It's somewhere over there behind the bushes, and we're gonna check out that later. But let's start off with this clay building. Now the building is actually like mostly missing. Yeah, the building used to extend out this far. I'm unsure what this part is, because I think that's the foundation. But yeah, look, check it out. Most of the building is missing. There's a forest growing inside the building. Oh, by the way, there's probably a bunch of raccoon or cat dogs living in that building, so I'm not gonna go in there unprepared. I need to arm myself. But before we go in there, a couple of things to note out here is, for example, that this tree, its roots are on the surface. So I'm assuming there's maybe like a concrete floor here somewhere. Plus, there's a mystery hatch here. Not really entirely sure what was this used for, because it's just a square concrete box under the ground. Maybe it was part of the building somehow. It appears that there is no exit or entry other than this little hole. But let's move on. Yeah, like old clay structure. These are actually pretty cool, if you ask me. I'm kind of sad to see it in this state, but these things will actually last forever until the roof fails on it. Then the clay will wash away. But if it has a roof on it, then the clay technically can stay upright forever, right? Sadly, not the case here. You just gotta be careful. There's a bunch of cancer panels everywhere. That's pretty cool. Check this hocus pocus out. Dude, what? That's pretty cool. That is pretty interesting. Must be lucky. I mean, how long has that tire been here? 20 years at least. At least. But anyway. Garbage. Shed. Door. Shall we go inside? Hopefully I'm not gonna fall into the cat dog nest. Ooh, wow. Dude, I just hit my head. Man, that is a lot of garbage up here. It's mostly junk. Looks like we got a couple of ancient Soviet bicycle frames with some wheels. And what else? Mattress. There's the nest down there. What do you think this was used before? Look at that. You know, in Estonian, this building has a name called Rehebeksu. So I have no idea what that thing is called in English. So maybe some of you guys, Estonian guys, smarter than I am, can translate that part. But personally, I had no idea this building even existed. You know, official name, I mean. And yeah, you know, I'm not gonna go through this crap right now. It's mostly garbage. It's mostly a bunch of crap. Let's move on. Firewood. Let's dive into the nest now. Wait a minute. You remember last time I was here, I put one of those Soviet panels against the door. It's missing now. What is going on, bro? Who took that thing? That's interesting. Maybe the cat dog moved it, carried it to its nest. But the guy, I think, lives under the floor there. So I'm gonna go grab my weapon of choice. You know, because in Estonia, you can't casually just go to a supermarket and buy a Gatling gun. So my weapon of choice is obviously a chainsaw. Don't mind my step. Just letting you know, Mr. Cat Dog, that I have a weapon. Okay? Check this mess out, man. There's so much garbage. The building is failing. Yeah, we gotta fix that. There's a bunch of clothes here. Shoes, beer bottles. Quite the cleanup, I would say. But man, the structure is pretty sound on this side at least. Look at those beams. That's crazy. They still look good. What's left of them, I mean. Also, check out that wall. Wow. Very solid foundation on this thing. And clay wall thickness, it's just ridiculous. Look at that. It's like half a meter. That's insane. That's actually pretty cool. Now, I'm pretty sure that most of this stuff is just garbage, but maybe we can quickly check out a couple of things. What's that, like I think that's a hand drill, right? And we got a drill bit even. Look at that. Hammer, man. Always need those. Broken pliers, or nope. Maybe these are the things that you pull these out. But what? Not sure. File, money pouch with no money in it. A lot of junk. Yeah, look, rebar, very good. Nothing there, nothing there, nothing there. Bunch of jars. Superman would love those. Nothing interesting here. Just look how the rain just destroys the wall. That's crazy. The wall just washes away. But yeah, on this side, the foundation looks pretty solid. Maybe there is some hope. I think it's pretty bad, but maybe there's something here. Oh, we got a wooden box. Gotta check that out. Oh, hammer. Yes. More of those hand drills. This one with a gearbox. Nice. No idea. And everything else just looks like... These are pretty cool though. Might pick them up later. Not sure. Hide it with something. I know. Jar of vodka. Now there's supposed to be a room behind here as well, but it's boxed in on this side. There's no door whatsoever. So maybe this room was not part of the rest of the building. Perhaps it was a separate unit. Sadly, the rest of the building is missing, but maybe we can check out the other room. Door. And it just looks like a bunch of nothing. Yeah, I don't think this building will. Well, it will slowly. It's just gonna keep going, you know, unless I do something about it. Luckily, you guys know me. I will do something about it. But you know, nothing much else here. Just an old glazed structure, and over half of it is just missing. Now, the cleanup of this area is just gonna be a catastrophe, because although this looks like, well, dirt, it's not dirt, man. Look at that. The same grab roofing which is up there right now, it's probably scattered all over this area. So all that cancer is just waiting to be disturbed. And that's just gonna be horrible. I can't just, you know, ram into this place with Joseph. Or maybe I can, I'm not sure. But actually that would be pretty fun. But yeah, let's wrap it up with this building and let's move on. Let's check out the little shed next. Nothing much here. Plastic scrap. Oh, scrap steel, very good. More of that roofing nonsense. Oh look, we got a TV as well. Dude, I bet that if I send it to India, they will fix it up. No problem. Looks like a dog used to live here. What about this thing? It appears to be locked, but luckily the previous owner gave me a spare key. not much here, pretty standard, just a bunch of beer bottles and it's just wood overall. It's just a simple shed. And we got a bridge. Hopefully no heads. Oh, it even locks, look at that. Okay, moving on. Now, before we go and explore the main house, let's check out the courtyard of it. Obviously, can't miss the tires. There is a lot of them, and you know, it's just a lot of different make and models, sizes, and I think most of them are just garbage, something like that. Because you know, that green building which is over there is privately owned now, but it used to be like a tractor depot for the local area, and I guess this was the dump yard for those tires after tire changes and stuff like that. But you know, there is some interesting pieces here as well, because you guys know that I have a Kirovets, right? I mean, we just saw it moments ago. But check this out. We got a Kirovets tire, another Kirovets tire, and look at the tread on it. And this looks pretty good. It's not cracked or anything. Maybe there is some type of other issue with the tire. But man, this actually looks pretty good. And there are some cracks there. This is also a Kirovets tire. Less tread on it, but still visually pretty appealing. One, two, and there's actually one more. Maybe even four, because I'm not sure. Maybe this is a Kirovets tire as well. Looks pretty similar. I don't have my measuring tape with me at the moment, but the one... Oh man, that's probably bad, right? But 1, 2, 3 and 4 right here under the bushes. So the reason I'm showing you guys this is because I might need to change out my Kirovets tires sometime in the future. And the tires I have on my machine are not in the worst state, but you know, some of them are starting to go flat slowly, like for example that one and the back wheel. I've noticed that it's leaning slightly, so maybe I need to swap them out, and if those are good, then yeah. One tire, guys, about $1,000 plus tax. So these things are crazy expensive. I wouldn't really wanna spend $4,000 on a machine, which probably doesn't even cost that much. So maybe we lucked out with the tire situation. However, I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do with the rest of them. Perhaps you guys have some good ideas. I have none at the moment. Could build like a retaining wall out of them. But I'm not sure if that's a good idea. Yeah, on the other side of the property there's another tire as well. This looks actually pretty good, look at that. And it also has a rim on it. I think this is a tire for the T150K tractor. It's like a baby brother to the Kirovets. But yeah, pretty good. Got that as well. And the property also has a well, and it's ridiculously deep. I mean you can't even, I think you can't even see the bottom, right? No, you can't. It's just, I would say like maybe 20 meters, maybe a bit more. Be right back. I'm gonna try to find a rock. There's just so much crap around. It doesn't feel like it's very deep though. Felt like it hit the bottom pretty fast. But maybe there's a bunch of dead bodies down there, who knows. Maybe I can get the water sample. Enough. Oh man. Looks pretty nasty. Yeah, smells pretty bad. Well, I think this will require some thorough cleaning. Plus the topmost ring is just totally destroyed, cracking all over the place. Need to replace that as well. But I think it's salvageable. You know, just needs a proper cleanup job. At least we got a well, which is actually a plus. Other than that, from the main courtyard, there actually used to be a building here as well, but don't really know much about this thing. Same deal, nowhere in the documents, no information whatsoever that there was a building here. It's just a pile of rocks at the moment, but you can clearly see there is a wall, still a bit of wall remaining. At the moment it looks like a trash yard. But you know, let's just kind of go explore the main attraction. And before I go in there, I'm gonna talk about the history of this building. It's actually pretty interesting. And Supermom also shared some information about it with me. And this place actually used to be like the main headquarters for that tractor depot. So every day the tractor drivers came into this building, and Supermom told me they went to the left room where they were given orders, what they need to do, what equipment they need to use, what attachments, where they need to go. So every day they came here and went into that room to get the orders for work. Now, on the right side was a post office. This building actually was the village center, basically. And the main house that I have, where I'm living in, that place is the village doctor place. My grandma was the doctor, or maybe the nurse. I'm not really sure on that. But this building and my main house are the only buildings in the entire village which were connected through a hard line. I'm not really sure where the hard line goes into the ground here. I mean, we can see something that has been cut off from this area, and it just goes somewhere there, and I'm just gonna nitro mode myself somewhere over there. All the way over here. The line comes from that building, the post office, into this hole, and from here it went into the main house. And these two buildings were the only buildings in the village which were connected with a telephone line. Now that was extremely rare at the time, because we're talking about probably like 30-40 years ago now. So post office there, headquarters over there. Neither me or Supermom knows anything about the other side of the building, what was going on over there. But Supermom did mention that on the top floor, this old lady lived, whose name was Ilda. And this was this very shy old lady, and she never came down during the day. She only came down after everyone else had left. She's a very shy old lady, and I'm betting she also sat on this bench a lot. Look at that. That's just sad. So yeah, another dyer. Sure, why not? I was missing a few. So officially the main entrance to the building is from the other side, but let's go from here. Where's my key? Oh yeah. I forgot to tell you there was a fire here. Now the post office business was actually very long time ago. Recently, well not recently, but more than 10 years ago, there was this guy living here, but as it turns out later, he was a squatter, so nobody knew him. He was just kind of, I guess, homeless or something, and he just lived here. Eventually, he fell asleep with a cigarette in his hand, and you know the rest. Building caught on fire, and the guy suffocated. Ever since that, the building has been left unattended, so it's just kind of falling apart now. I think both the holes in the roof were made by the fire department, because they could not get access to the building, as I recall. Due to those holes though, the building is just deteriorating away, and it's just a matter of time before it just collapses totally. Sadly, that's just life. What do we have here? Just a bunch of food. Dude, I don't even want to open that. Probably a head. We got some bread, wow. Oh, it's not bread. I don't know what the crap this is. Paprika, pepper. Mika. Empty. Yeah, it was mostly empty. I wonder what this crap is. Maybe wormwood. Okay. Moving on. The kitchen area. It looks like fire did some pretty good damage here. And because of that hole, this area is just completely collapsing. Just a matter of time before this entire ceiling comes down. Much like this. The last time I was in here, the ceiling was not collapsed. Actually, this room was completely intact. Oh, and there's a bunch of trees growing in the living room. But I guess that's normal. Just imagine the fire here, look at that, everything's melted. Pretty impressive heat. This is one of those steel fireplaces. The inside is made out of bricks, but then there's like a thin coat of steel on top. And these are very common in Soviet countries, at least they used to be. They're very easy to build, and well, they don't have a really long lifespan, maybe like 30-40 years. But yeah, they're cheap and they will work. They will do the job. I guess this is the place where the guy slept. And yep, probably. It's just so much garbage. Just look at that. How can one person live in this mess? That's just crazy. Pretty nice cabinet though. There's another TV down there. These things don't open. No, man. This place sucks. Huh. Look at this. So this woman called Yuta, I actually remember her. She is also one of those people who lived in this building. I'm gonna talk about her a bit later. There's nothing much else here. There's a door to that side of the building, but it's completely blocked off, and I'm not gonna move this garbage at the moment. Also, there's a door that goes somewhere there. I think there's like a small room in that area as well, but I can't access that at the moment also, so we'll deal with those a bit later. But that's it about this side of the building, at least. Let's go try to check out the upstairs next. Now, I've been trying to find a way into the second story, but looks like everything's blocked off. This thing's locked, and it looks like I can squeeze through here and then maybe open the door there. Technically it's not breaking and entering if you're, well, breaking out of your own house, right? Breaking and exiting, maybe. Oh, look. More garbage. Even more garbage. A lot of garbage. And there used to be a door here. You can see a door frame, but it's blocked off. I noticed another thing as well. Right where the staircase is, there used to be a door here as well. Door frame. Just thought I'd point that out. Rough. More garbage. Who did not see that coming? Soviet connections. No Vagos in sight. There. No, that's actually pretty cool. A fireplace on the second floor. That's crazy. I haven't seen that before. Nothing much here. Looks like nobody lived up here, at least. These rooms are pretty empty. Maybe the squatter only lived downstairs. I think they've been empty for a while. Actually, pretty neat house, you know. The layout of it, at least. It's relatively small, but it has so many rooms. A lot more rooms than my main house has, honestly. But the rooms there are a lot bigger than what we have here. Like the attic space, I guess. You know, if it wasn't for those 2 holes in the roof, I think this building would be actually salvageable. You know, to a degree, like like I did with the cabin. Sadly, the roof damage is just, I think it's too far gone, and there's nothing much here. Great little view, though. I think that takes care of the loft area. Pretty empty overall. I actually remember something, guys, when I was this little chap, maybe about yay high. The village food truck would always park next to the rock building over there. And then through this area there was like a pathway. Everyone in the village who lived somewhere over there always came through this pathway to the food truck. And I remember it very well because it was Wednesday every time the food truck came, and that meant it was ice cream day. Best day of the week, definitely. But I remember also that Utah person, that lady who lived in the building at the time. Now, when I was that little dirt, the Utah lady was already very old, you know, somewhere in the 70s or something like that. And I remember that she adored alcohol. Now, every pension that she got, she would spend it immediately on booze. And you know, that's what got her in the end. She just kind of passed away. But you know, let's try to get access to these rooms now. They were kind of locked off from the other side. Maybe we can access the post office through the window. This is what happens if you overconsume ice cream. Too fat, can't fit through the windows. Great. More oil storage. Old post office. Mitäs jebit? Tööt. More TVs. Coca-Cola. Dude, I don't know, it's blocked with something. Probably from the other side. Pretty empty overall. Apart from a bunch of crap, of course. That's pretty cool though. Check it out. Like a very fine coat. Very fine Soviet coat. Rubber. What's that head? No. Kids toys. Plywood. Yeah, nothing much here. Nothing much here. This one thing is kind of interesting though. Remember on the other side where the workroom is, there was a door, but on this side there's nothing. It's just a wall. So that's pretty interesting. Oh, there's actually some traces left of that post office stuff which I was mentioning before. I'm guessing this cabinet was part of it. Look at that. Also here. So sidejaoskond, hoiukassa. Hoiukassa. I haven't heard that word before. But this is the opening hours, lunch break time, shorter workday, days off, I guess. Some of that still remains, you know, although it's been really long time. But some of that stuff is still here. You know, I love old stuff. This is really cool. It's like looking at history. Empty history. I'm guessing these are maybe like worker items, private items. Rat poison. Toxic. Giant lock here. How does this even work? I don't know, guys, it's stuck. But it should lead to the post office. This side is walled off. Oh, no. There's another door. Guessing it's screwed off, not walled off. What's up, chica? I'm talking about the horse. I'm a horse person. Wonder what's behind that. Oh, nothing. And this is actually a pretty cool room. It's like a little piece of history. But that's it, guys. Everything about the main house. Went through it pretty thoroughly. There appears to be some type of a room under the roof as well, which is where I did not go, but probably some type of a crawl space. But anyway, I think that kind of takes care of all the buildings which are still kind of here. Although the state is pretty bad on all of them. And let's go check out the rest of the property, man. Let's go check out that mysterious concrete hole. Oh. What do you think, guys? It looks like a trash bin, but I'm not sure. It seems pretty deep as well. And what was the purpose of this thing? What would you need it for? Do you guys have any idea? I mean, what would you need it for? It's just a giant hole, giant concrete box in the ground. There's no way to access it. There's no ladders, there's no staircases, there's no doors. It's just a mysterious concrete hole. And also the wall thickness, it's like over half a meter. It's very thick concrete. Maybe it was a foundation, but for what? I mean, it's not that big. And it's round, well, almost round. It's like an egg shape. So this is a bit of a mystery. And I guess we can only guess at this point. But we can't firmly say what it was meant for. The view from up here is pretty good though. We're on this little hillside and then it just goes down to the stream. Nice landscape, I would say. Bunch of weird holes everywhere, but still nice. Oh, by the way, there used to be a building there as well. There's really nothing left of it. Only the concrete foundation and that cancer roofing. Everything else just kind of disappears with time. apart from those two. But it looks like it was some type of pretty big building actually, maybe some type of a tractor shed. Maybe like 15 meters this way, 20-30 meters that way. Oh yes, asbestos. Dude, I'm just walking on cancer at the moment. Wow, I should probably stop doing that. It's just everywhere. What the hell? Every step I took. Oh, a mess. So much cleanup. Oh, fuck off. Run away from that crap. But here, I think the property ends. I think with this fence, that building belongs to the next guy. And that building belongs to the dirt guy. Yeah, I'm gonna pull out my trusty app and see where the borderlines are. From here we can see. Nope. What? Property line starts from somewhere here. Somewhere there in that mess. And then it turns that way. And from here, from there somewhere it turns that way and goes straight with the fence. Basically the fence is the property line. And from here it again follows the fence up to the power lines and then actually goes not far from here. Dude, this is actually a lot bigger than I thought. Like a small forest area. Look at that. And it still goes. Still keeps going. Okay. Basically from there to there. Maybe a dump yard or something like that. Bunch of that asbestos roofing again. Dude, there is a lot of that. There is a lot of that. Soviet tires and cancer panels. That's it. Holy hell. Holy hell, check this canyon out. Dude, this is actually pretty cool. But the property line goes straight to the stream and then follows the stream. It does not go over the stream, but man. Just imagine if I clean this whole mess up. This would look so amazing. It's like my own little personal, I don't know, Grand Canyon. Wow. Yeah, from here it just kind of goes back now, and yeah, the place is actually bigger than I thought it would be. Not just the buildings. It's like a little small. It's like a little small forest area with a personal Grand Canyon. Pretty neat. I'm kind of eager to. Honestly, I'm kind of eager to clean this area up. That would be a really cool project. Kind of sketchy though because the grade is so severe. Look at that. That's just insanely cool. The landscape is just amazing. Especially the stream area where the stream lays in. It just kind of goes down so severely. Beachfront property, guys. What's up? I got at least maybe a mile of beachfront property. What's up? Holy hell! Look at that thing, bro. That's huge. How do we even get down there? Holy cow, man. Look at the size of this thing. I wonder what type of tree it is even. It's just huge. It's pretty dead, according to those mushrooms, but it's just huge. Extremely old tree. Beachfront property. What's up? Oh. Now this is a Christmas tree, no doubt. It's not very tall, but it's super wide. Look at that. That just looks amazing. A wild, beautiful Christmas tree. Spruce, I mean. But you know, that's about it, guys. Went full circle now. Arriving near the cabin. So this is the path that I use with my tractors and stuff. And yeah, a bit of more of that beachfront property down there. A lot of energy wood in the area. Gonna be a lot of work to clean this up, but probably need to deal with the buildings first. What do you guys think I should do first? I mean, there is just a lot to pick from, right? There's a lot of work here. maybe even too much for me, but I'm sure Joseph would like to help out a bit and lend me a helping hand. But guys, what do you think about the buildings? I mean, they're probably pretty badly gone, right? Now, one thing's for sure, I don't give two craps about that little shed over there. I'm just gonna run it over with Joseph. But first I have to remove the stupid roofing by hand. The clay building though, you know, that's kind of rare. There are no clay buildings even close to around here. So personally I would probably try to save what's left of that place. I'm not sure if that will be a successful attempt or anything like that, but I think it would be worth doing. It's just a wild idea right now that I have, but I was thinking maybe repurpose that place for storage or something like that, and just you know, keep this end open and only leave the clay walls and put a new roof on it, maybe. Try to fix up some damage if possible. It's a wild idea right now, probably not worth doing, but what do you guys think about that? Now, about the main house, if it didn't have those stupid holes in the roof for like 10 plus years, then it would have been salvageable. But right now I don't see, although it used to be a post office before, I'm not sure if it's worth trying to restore it, you know. But do let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think about that building as well. Personally, I think it's not worth it, but we'll see how things go. Now, anything else to add? Now, obviously I have to deal with the dire situation, but currently I have no good plans. Maybe take them with me and try to flush them down a public toilet somewhere. But you know, the bigger ones might not fit, so. But you know, anyway, let's dive into the story, how this actually happened, and how did I manage to get this property for free. There are at least a couple of things that we need to point out. So it actually all started by me. I contacted the billionaire neighbor. He owns half of this property, and here's the little twist. That's right, guys. This property is not owned by a single person. Actually, it was not owned by a single person. it was owned by 2 different people. So I contacted the business dude first, and he plain refused. He told me he's not gonna sell anything. And basically that's where the conversation ended. Now I had no idea who the other owner was, so I did a bit of researching and finally did found the guy and had a little chat with him. Basically, he recognized me, thanks to YouTube, I assume. Now in his eyes, he told me that he sees no value in this property because of the massive cleanup effort that is needed to be done. Especially the tires and the cancer roofing, absolutely everywhere. Now disposing of those 2 elements is not very cheap. I'm not sure how much tires would be, but I know for a fact the cancer roofing is about, well, between 200 and 300 euros per ton. And we're probably looking several thousand euros worth of cancer roofing material laying all over the place. Now the cleanup requirement is not just like, okay, let's make the property look nice. It's actually required, you know, by the state. The state has issued warnings to the property owners in the past that they need to clean this junk up or face penalties. But the issue is, well, it was mostly because the property was owned by 2 people. And okay, one side wants to clean it up, but the other side is not willing to pay anything for the cleanup. And because of that, nothing happened. It's just kind of sat here, just like it is right now. But no, I think that's it. That's pretty much it, I believe. Now don't ask me when I'm gonna start working on it. It all kind of depends how the other side reacts and what his goals are. We need to kind of address those out. Now if there are some updates about this place, then I will gladly share them to you guys. But other than that, it's gonna sit like this for a bit longer until we can square out the details. And besides, I don't really wanna go there before I finish my spaceport. I still have a lot of work to do here before I can nicely finish this off. But you know, once I cap this off nicely and also finish the cabin, then maybe we'll dive over there. But at least this summer, I'm not currently planning to do anything in that location. Finishing off the spaceport is my priority. But with that being said, let me know, guys, what do you think about this situation? Did I make a mistake by accepting the gift, or did I just hit an absolute gold mine? What do you think? One thing's for sure, I'm gonna go now and do something else. Bye.